All right. Hey, everybody. I am live. Ain't got nobody yet. I'm going to go see if I can find somebody right now. All right, hold on. I don't know why it says that. Dang it. Okay, we'll see if I get anybody. I don't know why it says Maureen is live now when she's not here. So, never mind that statement. I don't know why it's set that way. I haven't figured out how to change that, folks. If anyone has any clue on that, please let me know. It didn't do that last time. I don't know why it does it this time. That's really weird. Okay. I'm not gonna have any help tonight then. I'll be on my own. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for that. Now, see now on my page it says I am live now. Okay. Now it has it labeled right. Now remember, fact checkers, this is my own opinion. When I say anything, we don't need you. And get out of here. And the only other content that's not mine is owned by the property rights of the person that does the art on the cards. So I'm giving them credit. Okay, there we go. So if anyone is interested in joining the stream, please let me know. I can add you if you want to join. Right now I don't have anyone here. Oh, that's still up there. Close that. Alright, so nobody's... Oh, hey, Bobby. Hey, Facebook user. Now, who is that? Is that... Oh, it's over on Facebook there. Let me check that there. Now, see, I can't keep jumping back and forth and trying to keep up on that. But let me see who's here. You mute that. No comments yet. Where'd that come from? That's weird. Well, that must have come from another location then. Okay. Get back to my show. Hold on. All right. So, Facebook user, is that Brian? Hey, Bobby. How you doing? All right. Tonight I'm going to do some readings, but we're going to have a little conversation here. A question I thought of for everybody to consider the answer. And hey, Amanda, what's up? Well, we better get the readings done quick if Amanda is here. But I got a question for everyone. Now, some of us don't have our moms with us. They're not here anymore. Okay, but we still have lessons that we've learned throughout our life. And Amanda, this is where I ramble on all by myself because I have no co-host with me. So I get to talk all about this stuff all on my own. So I'm good. I'm really good at rambling. Hey there, Julie. Now I added you to the stream. Why didn't you show up? That's funny. Let's try that one again. Oh, there you are.
I'm
All right,
Tamara.
hey, I do have a guest. Look at that. All right. So the question that I have, Amanda, and for everyone that's watching, including Julie, who just signed in here, when you're growing up, whether it's your mom or I don't know who has had a good childhood with family, sometimes it's a hard subject to talk about. But the question that I have is this: there was someone in your life that taught you one thing that you need to remember now. Okay, I mean in this timeline, in this human existence, there was one thing that somebody had taught you, whether it be your mom, a close friend, family, anything. Um, it might be a small thing. I don't know. But I remember one thing my mom taught me. Again, fact checkers, go fish somewhere. All right, don't bother me with your claiming that I can't say this. But so, anyway, the thing that I remember my mom telling me we used to write notes on our hand, on our palm, like phone numbers of friends or whatever. And my mom used to get mad at us because she'd tell us not to put ink on our skin. Now, in the 60s, in those days, the ink had lead in it, so it was poisonous. Okay? I don't know how poisonous it was necessarily, technically, but my mom thought it was really poisonous, and she would really get on us about writing on our skin. So I don't have any tattoos. Now, I'm okay with anybody that has tattoos. Don't get me wrong. I don't care if anybody has a tattoo. That's your personal business. I don't want a tattoo. I don't want any ink on my skin. It's just me. But that's probably from what my mom told me. So think of something that anyone has told you in your childhood as you were growing up that you remember today and you maybe stay with it today. So think of that one thing that could be valuable today. And hey, today is the last day of March, and am I glad for that? Because that means that we have April coming up next. All right? And now we're already into baseball. Baseball started, been enjoying some games, and, summer's one day closer when it's going to be nice and warm, but we won't have any snow to worry about. All right?
Are these
So,
preseason games?
Amanda, would you like these are the regular cards that I use. Would you like these? These are the ones I show every day. Would you like these cards? Say yes if you do. If you want the regular tarot cards. Ah, good lesson there, Amanda. Good deal. And then Venus said something. Oh yeah, fighting. Venus said it, fighting. Or well, you have these. Okay, you have these that I always use. Or I could use these regular tarot cards, but they're gold. Go figure. They're gold, and they look fantastic. Let me show you what one looks like. Since you haven't been here for reading before, you gotta remember which way these things open. Almost lost them. They tried to jump out of the box. That's crazy. But all right, so make sure I got them all. Sometimes I like to hide in the box. Hold on a minute. Got it all. Okay. Now these here, I'll just show you the. Okay. Got two blank ones. I'm not sure what those are for. But this is the full card, but this isn't your card, but this is what they look like. Okay. Nice. And the back of them is like that, like the box. Okay. So you want go for gold? Okay, you got it. Now remember, I do not do reverse readings. I do straightforward readings. Amanda, what I'll do is I'll show it here, and then I will send you the picture of it on Skype. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. How many cards do you want? Venus, how you doing? Hey, speaking of gold, I have gold right here. Remember I showed you before? That's real gold. This is gold that I got. Most of it's from the river that I actually dug. Why am I not knowing which way to go? And then, see now, you look at the cap. See how big that cap is? And it's taller than the cap. So that's about 12 to 15 grams. How many cards you want? 5 cards. Oh boy, if I have enough space here. I'm doing this on top of my computer. So we'll see. 5 cards. What does 5 cards represent? Julie? What does 5 cards represent? Okay. Cut the deck now. Now, Julie, did I mute you? Is that what happened?
No, I muted myself.
No, that said mute mic, but now it's working.
I muted it because I'm trying to like.
I don't know why it's not working, Julie.
What?
Okay. Weird. You want me to? You want to come back? I'll remove you and then you come back. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, come on back though. Don't be shy. Come back. Yeah, I don't know why that happened, but okay, now take notes. Somebody take notes. Venus, take notes, please, since Oopie isn't here. Hierophant, that's your first card. Number 5 on the Major Arcana. Okay. So look how nice that card looks. Wow. You can hear her? Now I don't know who you are. Who is Facebook user? Okay, let me add her back. Alright, you there now?
Oh yeah, can you hear me now?
You should be there now. I don't know why it shows your mic is on. Did you check your microphone? So the Hierophant is first one. Hey Johnny, how you doing? Okay, now this one. Remember now, I just shuffled it, and then I cut the Emperor, and that's number.
Hello.
Boy, this camera is bad on these. Okay, there you go. Number 6, I think that is. All right, so.
Hello.
There we go. That's 2. Okay. 3. You got some magic in you. Magician. Trying to get this camera to work right. Number 1. This deck follows the standard Rider-Waite cards. This is your carefree attitude, Amanda. This isn't necessarily a bad card. That just means that you're happy and go-lucky, carefree. Now I shuffled these cards a few times and then I cut, so I don't know why all the Major Arcana cards are together when I already shuffled them. That's kind of weird. Alright, let's see, that's how many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Last card, Amanda. Last card. Alright. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. These are very interesting cards. I like these cards because they're a little hard to get on the camera, but they're very well presentable in real life. But let me see now. See how I can get this picture for you. Okay. See if I can do this without messing things up. Okay, let me see. Okay, now I got the right amount. Get the right amount without trying. Alright, so I'm going to go this way. Okay. I don't know why Julie's mic is not working.
I'm not talking.
They said they heard you on Facebook. Okay, now, barely enough room to put them on the computer. This is why I don't do 5 cards. That's too many.
Jukey.
But, so, if you look at that. Alright. Oh, wait, I got it backwards, don't I? Okay, so that should be this way. This way first. I got it wrong. Okay. There we go. Now I got it right. The full one and the Pentacles. There we go. Okay, so if you look at this, the Hierophant, what is that about? I don't know. I can look at the book, but when you go to look at this book, look at how small this book is. Now the writing in this book is even smaller. So you can see I'm not going to have any luck trying to read that. So I'd have to have really big glasses to read that. But I can look that up and give you the answer to these cards exactly. But anyway, Venus, you got anything? What these mean? Okay, you hear Julie, but I don't hear Julie.
I'm not saying
you guys hear
anything.
me? You hear me? Okay.
Hear me?
Okay, am I? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
You're in the stream now. You're there.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I don't know why it's not working.
Maybe you need to turn it up. You need to turn up your volume on your ears.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad
now?
you guys can hear, but for some reason I can't. I still don't know why that is.
What are you listening to in your ear?
I cannot hear her now. I can't. Anyway, oh boy. Check my headset. My headset should be working. Oh, maybe. Well, it was working earlier. Hold on. Let me go to settings. Okay. Audio. Okay. Headphones T59, that's right. Oh, that's not playing. What's going on there?
It's nothing new.
There I go. Okay.
Can you hear me
now? It's working. Holy shit, what's going on there? Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't be cussing. That's right. People get mad when we cuss. My opinion, people, my opinion. Calm down.
What's cussing?
It's
just words.
That's right. Okay, we got it working now. Okay, so we heard you, or they heard you, but I couldn't hear you. I didn't have the right headset on. Silly me. All right, let me get a picture of this for Amanda. And actually, all fits on the screen. Holy cow. All right, thanks for getting me to check that. That was nice. Good idea, people. Good idea. I know, why isn't that showing up in the editing? Oh boy, I'm having all kinds of trouble tonight. There it is. There's the editing. Okay. I usually do this the other way though, like that. Okay, there we go.
Ron, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I always was hearing you.
You could hear me, but I could not hear you. I don't know why. I guess I didn't have the audio setting correct on these headsets. I had the mic. I had a headset for the hearing or for the speaking, but not for the hearing. If that makes any sense. Well, we got it working now after a half an hour. Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, winning. We're winning.
Yeah. All right, now I don't know why that doesn't want to do that. Okay. Okay, save. And that'll have to be good enough there, Amanda. You'll have to enjoy that. Should be able to read that. Okay, so I'm going to share that. All right, that takes a little bit of time to do all this. So, sorry about that. But live audio, live radio, video, what do you want to call it?
Podcast.
There you go. Now you can see that, Amanda. You might have to brighten it up or zoom in on it, whatever you need to do. Let me know if you need any help with that, and I will help you with that. We can help with the understanding of it a little bit later. I got a whole cheat sheet on these regular standard decks, and it's rather interesting. They go into a lot of detail. Too much detail, I think. But, okay, so who's next?
I got a question for V. How's that kitchen thing
Okay.
out?
Kitchen thing.
Oh, last week I was on here. Like, it was her in the kitchen. Like, I need to start drinking about that kitchen or her emotions about the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, usually she's flipping over tables. I don't know. I can't get these things to go back in here. What's going on? Is today Friday the 13th? No, it's the 31st. Same numbers, though.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, there we go. Finally got them in there. Man, you guys behave now. All right. Oh, I forgot these two. See these two plain gold cards. I don't know. Venus suggested what they're for is to where you can kind of put your own image in there.
I would call those good luck wild cards. Like those are like.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. And they're all gold. Don't they look fancy? They look fancy. Remember, separate these because if I put them in the deck, then they'll be shuffled in the deck, and it might throw things off a little bit. All right. So. All right.
Good to know.
How did that work out for you, Amanda? That was the first reading I did for Amanda ever. She's always wanted one, and she never has been here. This is the first time Amanda has been here. This is Amanda Karen from KGRA and SkyTour live stream, and she does MWAT on Friday afternoons for music, and she's done a few shows for us.
She was at your birthday party on the radio station, I think.
Yep, that's her. So, and then let's see, Genghis. Bobby's next. Okay, Bobby, you're next since you were here first.
Yeah, I was a little shocked to see Ron with this like no hair on his face.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I like it better because it's not as irritating. I'm just thinking about when I start going out, like I'm going to do a little prospecting this year, later on. And bugs love hair. Bugs love hair. If you have a beard, I don't know. If you put anything, 4 cards, okay, thank you, Bobby. The gold ones, oh, I better get them back out then. Okay. Nobody wants my regular angel ones.
Nice to
All
see you
right.
again, Amanda.
So, Julie, while I'm doing this and setting up this for Bobby's reading, what do you got going on? I saw the podcast that you shared with me, and I shared it on my page.
Game night.
So, what's that all about? You can share if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
You're talking to me?
Yeah. What is that deal you're doing? A series of lessons you're doing.
That was an introduction, Ron. That's my new podcast. I'm doing can't even talk. Pre-recorded podcast. So there's not this sort of thing going on. I just published the first part in it, and it's about decoding. So I have this weird thing that I can decode a lot of different things. But where I really found this out was with music. So I could decode different levels of messages within the music and artwork of Led Zeppelin, other bands. They kind of, it's only what speaks to me. So I kind of explained how that, I came to know that I could do that, and that I needed to do it. And so this is going into telling my story. Does anybody have questions?
Okay. That sounds interesting for sure. I'm going to go back and look at that later tonight or tomorrow. Depending on if I can stay awake long enough, I'll look at it tonight. What's that?
Well, comment. It's on my channel, on my YouTube channel. The video is, so you can watch it there, so you can see what it's about. But this goes along with a book I wrote and a book that I've written that needs to be rewritten before it gets published. And so the name of my YouTube channel is Spiritual Alchemy Energy. I was just in here. Spiritual
Yes, you were just in here a few minutes ago when I couldn't get the audio to work. Now, you know what's interesting, you talk about decoding. What I used to do is I used to block out the words. Okay, so I can enjoy the music. The music by itself had a lot of energy all by itself. I didn't need the words. Okay?
True.
And so the notes and the tones of the music, whatever instrument was playing, it didn't matter, drums even, you know, there was some kind of tone that affected me. But what was interesting was I was able to block out the words. That's why a lot of times I won't know the words to the songs. I like what the sound of the voice is. I like what the tone of the voice is, but I won't know the words to the song. I know other people, and I know the band who did the song and everything like that. But then I knew this one girl that I used to work with at Pizza Hut a long time ago in North Carolina in the 90s. And I used to work with her, and she would hear the song come on the music station on the store radio, you know. And she'd be sitting there singing all the words to it. And I knew who did the song, but I didn't know the words. But I said, you know all the words, but do you know who did the song? No, I don't know the artist. How do you not know the artist if you know all the words to the song?
Well, that's not something they're interested in. So,
But yeah, she knew every single word to the song. And it was like, well, how do you know the song if you don't know the artist?
So
and I think history. Go ahead.
The series I'm doing is it's for everybody. This is me telling my story, but it's about you and you and you and you and you. It's about humanity. And so because it's a much bigger story than just my story, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
I went down a rabbit hole. Like, I'm still in the rabbit hole. I'm going deeper.
Right. That's where that goes, though.
I guess.
That's all right, though. I like that.
I'm ready to like get out of this rabbit hole and just fill it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows you. I think he's pulling your cards, Bobby.
Yeah, I got them. I'm going to send them right now.
He got out of
Okay, let me see.
focus.
I got out of focus?
No, Bobby did.
Oh.
Did you already do him?
No, I showed him. I showed him the cards. I'm going to send him a Skype message right now with that. So here you go, Bobby. It's on the way. That's what's nice about having people's contact information. It makes it real easy. There you go, Bobby. That's the gold ones. You said gold, right? So I did those. Okay, there we go. Alright, so Bobby had the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So, there you go. And I can get those meanings to these cards if anybody wants. I can get those and give you the meaning, the cheat sheet, what we call that. And it will give all the answers of what every single thing means on the card. And I found that download I think I got it for free. Which is pretty darn cool. There, you finally went in there right. Thank you. You guys want to be difficult. Yeah.
It looks like Bobby and Amanda want the meanings to the cards.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to do that after the show because it's gonna take a while. Unless you want to look it up. Can you look it up and explain it?
Me? I don't even know what the cards
are. Oh. Okay. Well, that.
I just came by and
Kind
me out. I'm not reading cards, and you're gonna make me work.
No, no. You're kind of like. Yeah. No, you can go ahead and just talk there. Yeah, all of you got the cards, so you can definitely Google them. But I can. Well, now I gotta go back and look what the cards are. Hold on. Let me do that. I got them in my download here. Okay. Okay.
Amanda, you do ERT radio on here on Facebook or on Mixler? Game night.
It would be on here.
Yes.
Because we can't do anything else anywhere else because of the music. Okay, oh yeah, there you go, Amanda. Yeah, when you're ready, whenever you're ready, you let me know. You can always be a guest here. Uh, yeah, the show will be on Mixler, because of the audio with the songs, with the music. Um, they don't let us play that on Facebook or YouTube, so it would actually be on the Mixler channel. But on Friday night at 5 p.m., like she's just saying, we have music with a theme, which she has been doing that particular show over 6 years. I know it's over 6 years, Amanda. Don't argue with me on that. Because I've been here at this house for 5 years, and we were doing the show, and when I lived in Brooklyn Center, which was 6 years, at least 6 years ago. So, but yeah, so that's a long time to be doing a show. Where does the time go? It comes in and it goes out. Venus, did you want a reading? Do you want the angel card? Do you want gold cards?
Hi, guys.
And Julie is brightening up the screen because, well, she looks better than I do. But anyway. Is that a fish tank behind you? I seen something swimming.
Yes. Do you want to go fishing?
Yeah. I don't even like fishing, but if you go fishing and you want me to come along, I'll join you. But it has to be on a day where it's free. Like sometimes you have free fishing days.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they don't require a license. You just get to go fishing.
Yeah.
All right, you want the angel cards, Venus? I got these out ready to go. So along that time frame, though, during that time frame, Amanda has done other shows as well. She done Sunday Night Funnies for about a year, where every night she'd have a different comedian from all around the world, different places, Europe, Canada, United States, and then she did a album night on Tuesday night. She did an album night where she'd find a favorite album of various groups, and never a set thing with what kind of music or groups, but she always threw in a Beatles album at some point. But usually she'd stay current and be newer stuff. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. That was over a year that she did that. So the two shows that she's done over a year's time, which would be 2 years of broadcasting technically.
Wow.
Plus the music with a theme show on Friday, every single Friday.
Huh.
Now Bobby's trying to catch up to her, but I don't think he'll ever catch her. Bobby just completed 182 shows of Spaceway on Thursday night. So that's a long time.
Congratulations.
And I don't know how long I've been doing this show on Friday. It's been a while. So
card readings.
Venus, here, I'm gonna go ahead and do yours, the angel cards. Here we go. 6 cards, you said. All right, first card. Now these I don't know what they mean. They do have a little reading right there, which I'll send a picture of that. Okay, but that is the 3 of emotions. Six cards. Wait, now you just made it difficult. 5 barely fit. 6 ain't gonna fit. And these cards are actually bigger. Choose freedom. This is what you call the major arcana set in this particular one. This follows the same rules as the regular tarot deck, but of course these have their own little saying on them. But they have the number for number 15. and that is the major arcana. The other one is minor arcana, which is two different ones. The major arcana is more of a greater meaning to the story, if that makes any sense, right? Do I get that right? And the minor arcana, or the lower ones like this one here, 9 of action, is really more of a, not a lower and lesser value, but lower in a connection, if that means anything. Yeah, choose love, that's right. That's why we're here. We're here to show some love to each other. And not in a weird way, I mean in a positive way.
Why are you always making it awkward, Ron? Come on.
I don't know. I do have that issue, don't I?
Not in a weird way.
I can't help it, I'm sensitive. Believe it or not, I am. I am sensitive.
We love you, Ron.
All right. But not in a weird way.
Right, just make it awkward.
Healer of thought. Healer. There you go. That's what I need. I need a healer of thought, right? 9 of action. That would be, yeah, that'd be like 9 of wands. Yeah, wands is an error, but it deals with action, correct? Or is that swords? Okay. Well, we're gonna get this done. Okay, then healer of emotion. So you got 2 emotion cards. Okay. Wands is fire. So what is air in the regular tarot? Is that swords?
Ron, I don't do tarot.
Okay, I'm gonna have to learn that better so I can actually explain what the hell I'm talking about.
No,
10 of emotions. Okay, you got
cool set of tarot cards. I just don't use them.
You got 3 emotion cards, Venus. That means you're working on something. Or maybe you need to work on something. Not sure which one that means. But, alright. So, I like PayPal, though. You know, PayPal, refunded me a couple of charges that was done on my debit card. On my PayPal debit card.
Huh.
And I don't know where they got the number from, but somehow they got my account information. They tried to do some charges on it. And I ended up having to cancel that card that I had and then getting a new one, which had just arrived today, and I was surprised how fast that went. But they refunded all of the charges that was not supposed to be happening on there. So that's pretty darn good. Right?
Yeah.
And my bank card is another one that got attacked. Some strange thing. And I'm still waiting on getting that. Hopefully it'll either get here tomorrow or Monday.
Dang.
Now I can do this in two different sittings here, Venus, because, well, okay, wait, there's that one, okay. There we go. Because the computer will not hold 6 cards. I'm going to need to take that one over again. Hold on.
Unsafe sites. Yeah, that might help.
Okay, now let me take that one again. Didn't get the bottom of the writing. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay. There we go. There's that one. Now for the big one. Wait, did I already get that? I already got that, right? Yeah, I just got that. Oh no, wait, that wasn't yours. Wait, yeah, it was. I got it, that's it. Make sure I got the right one here.
You got it?
I think so. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's right. Healer of thought. Okay. And 2 on the bottom. Got it. Now I gotta send those to Venus. Hold on, folks.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on, man.
There's the first one. I'm gonna be done on that one, okay? And hold on now.
Hi, Oofy.
Oh, Oopie's here. Hey, Oopie. Okay, there's that one. And okay, and then send the next one, which will be the last one. Alright, we got it done now. Look at that. Holy cow. Wait a minute. That didn't work out right now, did it? Okay, share that one. Oh, that's weird. Let's see if that one comes through right. Okay, there it is, yeah. Okay, got the 2 and the 4. There you go, Venus. Now you can zoom in on those pictures and enjoy those, what you like. Now watch, Oofy's gonna request 12 cards.
I want to.
You want 2?
Please.
Two of the angel cards?
Or let's do the tarot.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
The gold ones? Alright.
Yeah, please.
Alright.
At least 8.
Venus, check your Skype. I sent you the pictures there.
Debate.
Alright. Yeah, I can't look these up right now, but I will.
I'll look mine up.
Just because
No worries.
it's too much, too involved to try to do this and try to do the readings and try to talk with people even when my mic doesn't work right.
No, you just couldn't hear me.
Right, I couldn't hear. Yeah, that's because I didn't have the right setting on the audio. That's why. I'm glad you guys told me about that. I usually don't have that problem with the headset that's plugged in, but this is on Bluetooth.
You wanted an energy reading from me? I'm not doing any reading right.
No.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Right now she's just helping me out, brightening up the screen a little bit. So.
Right.
Well, you're going places.
Chariot? Let me. Oh yeah, you're gonna send that to me.
Yeah. Number 7, the Chariot. You wanted 2 only. That's easy to do. I can handle that. All right. Allergies already started early. They said they were going to. Well, now this doesn't mean necessarily anything we assume it means. You know that already. But this could just mean that you're connecting with people, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna have a relationship.
No, it's I'm due. I'm freaking due.
But yeah, this doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship, though,
Yeah, but
necessarily.
Ron, it could mean that. I know what it means. So you just stop it right now. Just
I was
stop
just trying to help you out with the post that you shared on the Facebook with
Well,
that game
look,
thing you did. With
well,
that
look.
game thing you did on the Facebook.
I'm not going to get married in April. There's no way. And it's impossible for me to get pregnant. Maybe pregnant with ideas. Oh,
Yeah, that
you got me
that
so
game
wrapped
thing
up.
you shared. Well, I helped out with your energy level a little bit then, right? All right.
Me?
Yeah. All right, here we go. There, that's a good one. That was easy. All right, now it's gonna get.
I got 2 grown boys. I got I had to get my calculator out. They're 25 and 27 still.
All right, I sent that to your messenger. There you go.
Merci
All right,
beaucoup.
Doofy. All right, so. Venus is trying to help out there.
No babies.
Oh, okay.
No babies.
Okay, Oofy's gonna do or CT's gonna do a reading for Amanda. No, she always does that interesting one that she shares.
No
And
baby.
we could be in. Yeah. But one thing that I liked, I played one of those games and it said, my house is going to look like this and I'm going to drive a truck like this, whatever it was. And I thought to myself, well, first, I wouldn't have a house like that. Second, I wouldn't have a truck of that brand. Which it was, I think, a Dodge or something like that. No. No, I did one of those game things where, you're gonna have this, which would be a big house and a nice big truck, and it was like a Dodge or something like that. Like, well, I wouldn't have a Dodge. I wouldn't have a Dodge, and well, I'm done so far. Unless you want me to do yours. If you want me to read yours, Genghis, I think, left again without getting a read.
Man, these are almost anatomically correct.
Oh. You can't show that on here. Wait a minute. You can't show that in detail.
Artwork. It has nothing. It's not.
Oh, who are you doing a reading for then?
I'm not. These are my cards. You sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
They're on your cards, Ron. You need to get a magnifying glass out.
They're the ones I just did. They're the ones I just did for you. Okay. Okay, you want angel cards, Oofy, or you want the regular tarot cards? Angel cards been sitting here waiting
He likes
patiently.
angel cards.
Alright, I'm gonna do the angel cards. Alright. How many cards did you want? Oopie? Okay, waiting for Oopie. Alright, so I'm glad you're here to help with the
Entertainment?
yeah.
37 cards.
Oh no, that would be too long to do that. But divide that by 10 and it gets 3. Look at that. There you go.
Like, I'm watching this YouTube and this doesn't even match.
Okay, number 3. Creativity and abundance. What's that? YouTube what? Doesn't what?
Oh.
So 37 divided by 10. If you do round numbers, that would be 3. Am I right? Positive recognition. That's actually a good one. Number 19. Actually, all these are good, to be honest. These are just fun-filled informational cards. All right. 5 of action. All right, there you go. That's your 3, Oopie. Now let's get those pictures. Get you the pictures of those. Apparently I have rain right now. I'm surprised we even have internet. Doing good.
You know what's disturbing is like the video you watch through StreamYard doesn't match up to the YouTube. There's a delay.
What now? Yeah, there's a slight delay, yeah. But you know, that's part of that. Like I was explaining to Bobby a little while back. I went on my live drive, the last one they had. I was explaining to Bobby that we might not even notice it, but there's actually a few second delay anyway. You know what I mean? So like if you're doing a
It's like a 30-second delay.
oh wow. Well, that's either on my end as far as how it's uploading, because I got high-speed dial-up, or it's okay. Now I know I have you here somewhere. Why don't you show up in the top of the list? This is weird. And now I got to do a search for you because I don't see you on the list at all. And there you are. Is that weird how that does that sometimes? There you go, Ruthie. I sent it to your messenger. All right. Now, does CT want a reading or? All right, I'll do 3 cards for CT as well. You didn't block me, did you, Venus? All right, there we go. Now let's cut that one more time. There we go. All right, so for CT, Two of abundance. Three cards as well. Six of action. That's probably a good card there. And then Guardian of Emotion. No number. Just a Guardian of Emotion. That is for CT. So there you go. Now I'm all done, Oopie. Now you can read for Amanda. Yeah, on the Mixler chat, Oopie did a really neat thing on there, on the chat room for the Mixler side. On the Rumble chat is what it's called. I don't know what it's a Rumble chat for. It costs a lot of money per year to use it. The Rumble is the money that's coming out of my account to pay for it. That's the Rumble. But
It doesn't sound
anyway.
like. Oh, never mind. No offense.
No.
Does it help?
The Rumble.
Are people engaged?
Yeah, and you can send GIFs there. You know, have fun sending GIFs. You know, animated messages, I guess you can call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Oopie did a reading on there where she was able to share the kind of a digital representation, like in almost a DOS format, you know, where it come out in a black background with the white lettering, and it would give you the meaning of the cards. Sadly, I can't do all that here.
Very cool.
But what it looked like on there was really cool. All right, there you go, Oopie. That's CT's cards. There you go. Now you got your cards, you got CT cards, you're ready to go. Everyone's wondering if they're listening on Facebook, what are they talking about CT? Who's that? CT, in case you don't remember, is Cybernetic Toaster. I'm really liking my new oven I got. Funny thing is, now I wish I would have bought that instead of my big oven. I had bought my big oven from Lowe's and it was $600 and something, right? I liked it, it's still good, but it's a lot to use, you know. And then I got this one Emerald Lagasse air fryer 360, the French doors, and it's a dual zone though. I can actually put a divider in the center and actually have two small ovens. It also does rotisserie cooking, you know, like for chicken or whatever, a roast, you know, whatever.
It goes on your countertop?
Yeah, it just sits right on the countertop, yeah. And this thing's amazing though. Man, I cooked, I get these pizzas from Swan's delivery. Because sometimes when the weather gets bad, Swan's will still deliver, you know. And, well, I guess they won't deliver it if it's really bad. Obviously, if the roads are closed, they can't. But I'm not going to drive to the store like today when it was so damn foggy you can't see 10 feet in front of your car, you know. So I'm not going to be driving in that condition. When driving along the highway and you got some idiot driving a big truck, they're not going to pay attention to who's there, especially in the fog, you know what I mean? So I stay home on those days, but I'll definitely call Swan and have them deliver it, you know? And I get these pizzas that are 12 inches in diameter, about,
Uh-huh.
and they fit right in the oven. They fit right in the oven. And I set it to, if I do the air fry cooking, I set it to temperature I need it on the box, and then I set it for the minutes that it recommends. Um, within, 15 minutes, it's cooked, ready to eat. And these are frozen pizzas ready to go. And, what are you saying? Interrupt? What? Oh, okay. So, okay, the first question, five of swords. Okay.
I'm
The
not doing.
second question, the hangman. The third question, temperance. There you go. No, temperance is good. No, temperance means you have good balance. Uh,
Well,
wait now, hold on.
there's, you know, the duality of the card. So,
Yeah,
an upright position, balance, moderation, patience, purpose. And I'm looking this up. Reversed
yeah,
is imbalance, excess, self healing, and realignment.
right.
Okay. What's the other one?
Hold on. Trying to find it here. Okay. Okay,
I don't
the
understand.
first one was swords. Five of swords was the first one. Now, is the swords an air sign? Is that right?
I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, the first one that Uki did for Amanda is five of swords. That was the first card. For anybody watching this, and if you need any personal time, meditation, now is the time.
I'll be back in a few minutes. If
All right.
that's okay.
All right, she'll be back in a few minutes. It's I could look them up, but it'd be difficult to find them during the live show here. Let me try though. Okay, I gotta go to that one. There we go. The ultimate tarot cheat sheet. There you go. Okay, five of swords. Oh, here we go. All right, we're on the swords right now. So now the five of swords. Okay, upright meaning betrayal, conflict, and selfishness. That's not very nice. Okay, the colors that rule over this card are as follows: red, passion, danger, and courage. So depending on how you look at the card, I suppose. Gray is confusion, formalities, structure. Blue is enlightenment, clarity, and energy. That's probably the best part of that card. Okay, okay. Hold on. The Five of Swords means no in a reading. So not really a super good card. Let me take this now. Let me get this to you. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Print screen. There you go. Alright. Here comes that meaning of the Five of Swords. This I had to look up on my OneDrive, my OneDrive. This is for the Five of Swords, and the next one was what? Okay. There we are. Alright. So the next one was what? Second question. The Hanged Man. Okay. The Hanged Man. Alright. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. Gotta scroll back up. I still haven't see what that. Well, you can read that whole card thing I sent you, Amanda. You can see what that means. Oh boy. That's why I need somebody looking these up while we're talking about them. Just takes a lot of time to even look it up when I have it right here. Still takes time to look it up. Nope, there you go. The Hangman. Okay, the meaning of this card and the reading is maybe. But the okay. When looking into yourself or the world, look from a different perspective. There you go. Now, which one is that now? It's gotta be it. Okay. Now you can zoom in on that picture on Skype and see what all that means. Alright, now back to there. And now, what is the third one? Or the third question? Is temperance. Okay. One more, Amanda. I got it. Now, Julie, I'm looking these up. I got them looked up. I gotta get temperance now. I got the others. This is the problem with doing it this way, though. It takes a lot of time to look this up. Even with the cheat sheets right here. I gotta scroll all the way down through and find it. Okay, no, that's not right. Okay. Temperature's hit away, I think. Okay. Well, if nothing else, you guys learned a little bit of something, I hope. Temperance, there we go. All right. Number 14, creating balance creates peace. There you go. Upright meaning harmony, peace, balance. Well, how does that work with the Five of Swords, which is totally different and actually a negative card? But then it means yes, if done in a reading, which it was tonight. So you have no, maybe, and yes for your three answers. There you go. I really gotta figure out this here. Why can't I read those letters? I got them so wore off already. Alright, I had the right one. Yeah. Keyboard's playing tricks on me. Making itself hard to see. You like that one that does that? So then I cooked some burgers, beef burgers, patties in this oven. And I tell you what, in 14 minutes, they're cooked. Done.
Fabulous.
No smoke. You don't have to sit there and fry them. You know, I was frying burgers before, and that makes the place all smoky, as you know. Grease all in the pan and everything like that. You got to drain the grease out and cook another patty. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not on this thing here. I don't know if you like to eat beef or if you're a veggie person, but what they call it, vegan. Some people don't like beef at all, but myself, I like kind of a variety of things. So, not afraid to eat beef. There we go. Amanda, you got your meanings for your cards there, and there you have it. Oh yeah, when she's talking about when she came to visit Bill at the Fine Bush event, and it's been a while since I've been on the water as well with the ship. Not that I don't like it, it's just that why do it if you don't need to, you know? And so, but it was one of the adventures that Bill had planned for us. And we had a fun time on that cruise. It took about what did it take, Amanda? A little bit, about an hour and something, hour and a half. They just go around the harbor there basically and talk about the historical sites. No, I did have fun. I had fun there. I had fun on the cruise that Bill took us on. Yeah. Well, that we went on. But no, I can't remember how long it took. Hour and a half or something like that. But they go around and they just point out the historical points of the harbor, and as you went by, on the right you have so and so place, and you have historical site there where so and so was, whoever, I can't remember the names. But interesting anyway. A lot of fun. You have a bat up here, but you have a cat. You're a cat person. You're not a bat person. I didn't get that spelled wrong.
No. Oofy just asked Amanda, clear your mind and tell us what is the first animal that appears in a circle. It's a bat.
She says a bat. Oh. And then her cat just meowed. Oh, at the door. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. That's part of the. That's part of your logic and objectivity, intellect, choice. Ah,
It is also the beginning point, the journey.
ah.
What's the chariot?
Yeah, numerology 1, the origin, the starting point. Okay, now I'm losing my place here. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini for astrology. Huh? Is that who can help? Well, I'm Aquarius. There you go. Okay. So now, Oofy, I just did that. And the first animal that came to my mind was a dog, a big dog, maybe a wolf. I don't know. It could be a dog. A big dog, though. So I'm guessing that could be a wolf, possibly. Which that would make sense, right? Big dog, right? Well, thank you, Amanda, for staying up late and being with us tonight. That's amazing. Amanda's like an hour off of everybody else of normal time. So she's in Atlantic time, which is an hour ahead of East Coast time. So she's at let's see, it's 10:30 about, right? Yeah, almost 10:30. So she's at 12:30 already. So yeah, so dog was the first thing that came to mind in my thing. No, I'm conscious of your time zone, Amanda, because I know you stay up late sometimes, or a lot of times you're up a lot earlier than we are. Although this morning it was kind of weird. I woke up at 6:30. I was thinking, what am I doing awake at 6:30? And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at 9:15. I was supposed to be doing my show at 9 o'clock.
Mm.
Venus, don't scare her away now. Well, I wonder who's talking me having back now.
It's Atlantic time. Secret Santa.
Amanda's in the polar bear time zone. There you go. I don't know if she has polar bears on that island. I don't think they do. No. I wonder if she has any haunted areas on that island, though. Amanda, what about it? I don't know if I asked you that before or not. But there's a place here I want to visit, though, in Sleepy Eye. that I need to talk to the guy that owns the property. And I was going to do a interview with him. I talked to him once. I emailed him and I said, "Hey, would you be interested in an interview on the radio and on the internet radio?" And this guy was known for, his name was the Zoo Man of Minnesota. He has 3 zoos, exotic zoos, right? And he has a doll collection, a haunted doll museum in Sleepy Eye. All right. Now, of course, I'm not going to try to go there in the wintertime when it's cold. That would not be good. And then trying to drive there safely, you know what I mean? So, when it's nicer weather, I plan on setting that up and going to visit with him. And then at the same time, I'm kind of a little bit worried about going with some of the stories I hear about going to some of these things. Venus in Aquarius, okay. For the astronomy part. Oh, now she's going to Bobby already. I actually saw the planet Venus the other night one night when it was clear, and it was only about maybe 18 degrees outside, so you couldn't stand out there too long. But the sky was absolutely clear, and I probably saw Mars as well, but I didn't make note of that. But I did see Venus, and it looked amazing, just looking in the visual perspective, no telescope. Because it's too cold to bring that scope out anyway, for me. Yeah, my setup, it takes 2 people to carry it, technically. Or I gotta take it all apart and set it up. Lots of apples, what? Yeah, so then the next, well, tonight is all foggy and cloudy. Last night was cloudy, I think. Oh wait, today's Friday, Thursday. No, it was Wednesday night when I took the recycling can out. And it was later than I had anticipated. I normally try to do that in the daylight when I can see the pavement because of the ice, I don't want to wind up on the ground with a broken hip because I slipped on the ice. That would be no fun. So I try to go when it's daylight, except I kind of got sidetracked and forgot and had to go later. But when I went out there later and it was dark and I could actually see the clear sky, that was pretty amazing. So, and it was bright. Then last night we had that thunderstorm roll past us, but it missed my area, but it was like east of me. But it was right on time. They said about 2 o'clock. But they're talking about 2 o'clock for it to get to the Twin Cities, and it was actually here in my area about 1 o'clock. So they were right on time for the forecasting the weather. Oh, okay, you wanted a special reading.
Those are interesting, Oofy.
Yeah. Okay, Julie, clear your mind.
Bunny rabbit.
Now that's going right along with that game you were playing.
Thank you, Oofy. It's a bunny rabbit with a cottontail.
What is the song? Here comes Peter. Oh, I better not sing it though, right? Here comes Peter Cottontail. I don't know the words.
What's too soggy? The rabbit and the moon? No, at first it was a dust bunny. Then it came into form.
Ah.
Death.
Well, that goes along with what you've been going through, which death isn't always bad. Death isn't always negative. Death is a new beginning a lot of times, right? Huh. That's interesting. He got you pretty well right on there.
Yeah,
I don't think.
California. I don't. Oh my gosh.
I don't think you go to the casino anyway.
Well, I'm close to one in Sonora. Oh my god, this is like crazy.
She's right on, isn't she?
Like, so this, you know, we're coming up on Easter, Passover, Easter Bunny. So Christ in the tomb, Hades, the underworld. This all goes along with my story.
Yeah.
So the
That's interesting.
ending of the story is telling the beginning of the story from the beginning. How might an ending actually be a blessing? It would be a huge weight off my shoulders.
Yeah. I think you just telling about it or talking about some of it, even in a small amount that you're doing, that you're sharing, because not everyone is going to be able to receive what you're sharing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and
that last part.
so, oh yeah, and so, I'm glad you're doing it in small bits, and the right people though that need to hear what you're sharing is going to receive it. Okay. So that's what you need to understand, that and be clear in your mind when you're sharing. I don't think you're afraid to share now, like you might have been before, but now you have no reason to be afraid. Now you got to get your message out.
Well, no,
If that makes any sense.
it's still a bit concerning to me because there are people that just do not want this out there.
Yeah.
They do not want me to speak about this.
Johnny sees a lot of aardvarks. Isn't that like anteaters? Aardvarks.
I have to look it up.
Johnny's birthday was a couple of weeks ago. All right, what's banging around? Julie, someone's banging around up there. That's weird.
Sounds like they're moving.
What is?
I can't hear it, but I'm sensing they're moving like a big trunk. Does
Oh,
it?
thank you. You see it.
it
Maybe that's what
like
the pounding is. They're setting it. They're setting it down or something as they're moving it.
would it? I'm
And
seeing it. It's like they're dragging it, and they lift it up and to drag it, and then they're
oh wow,
like putting it down. Is that what it sounds like?
I hear them putting it down. Possibly that's what it sounds like. I don't hear them dragging it. What I wanted to know is in the paranormal world, in the ghost hunting realm of things, when you hear the sound, physically hear, because our ears can only hear at certain levels, right? So when you hear that sound, which is a paranormal sound, what is that in the EVP level of things? Is that a class A?
That's not a question for me per se because
Okay.
I don't um
Because
necessarily
when you use a system like an equipment, like
I
your
don't
ghost
use
box
it.
or
I've never used
well,
any of
I
them.
do. I do. And when you use that though, and then the sound comes across there, you don't necessarily hear it in the physical realm. That's on another level that you're not going to be able to hear it. Okay.
Well,
Now I I've heard them laughing here, and it was not just me here. I heard them laughing
so that's
before.
also I would consider that also a psychic ability.
Yeah.
And there are people that are tuned into that.
Well, tell CT thank you for the readings. That was nice.
So CT, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Oofy, thank you, CT, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it was fun tonight, and a nice surprise to have you visiting. And I don't know about next week being Good Friday, how we're going to do the card reading. We might take a break and just have an open discussion about things, whatever, maybe about the religious things or whatever. Not very gifted at telling that side of things, but more than willing to give it a try. Give honor to the time of the season, if you know what I mean. So, actually, if you want to, we can do kind of a lesson on what it's all about. Like, what is Good Friday about? What does that mean? Kind of go into that. You know what I mean? And don't know if anyone would be interested in that. Maybe not. Oh, CT is a she. Well, see, now I got that wrong. I already got them mad at me now. Ah, you want to do that? We could do that. Amanda suggested a Easter themed game night. That would have to be on the Mixler side, though. Couldn't be here. But now, Julie, I think you have found my other chat room, right, for the Mixler side? Have you
Uh, I was
or no?
there last on your birthday, so it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah. So you know how to get there. Okay. You just click on the chat tab on the website, and you're there. So that's one where we hang out at, and Venus is stirring the pot. She's trying to figure out something about CT.
She's talking about personal appliances. They're having a discussion about personal appliances.
Yeah, well, CT is a cybernetic toaster, and then Goofy says CT is a she, not a he.
No, neither. None is applicable.
Oh, okay. All right, I misunderstood that then. They usually got more stuff going on in chat. I can't keep up on it. So you know what's funny when they asked me before I got here in 1961, they asked us all a question: where do you see yourself in the next? You know, maybe the question might have been, where do you see yourself in the next life, right? And I never anticipated to be in this situation. I'd be doing YouTube shows. That's kind of weird, huh?
What's that? What did you just say?
It's kind of weird that we're doing YouTube shows where before we never had this opportunity, really, you know.
I think that's one of the reasons I'm here, is because we do.
Yeah.
So this broadcast I put out today, it's part of those 2 past lives experiences. It's connected. It's all connected. It's going to get really interesting as I roll this out. I'm just kind of go slow with it. So.
All right.
So, yeah.
That's interesting. So where did you want to be before your beginning of this time zone or this timeline? So for instance, before we are born, we're given options. We're given I don't know if we can make those decisions necessarily, but we're given choices. Okay.
I wasn't. I was forced
So
here.
now, like, well, that might be true, but in my case, I think in a way we're kind of all forced here for one reason or another, if you want to put it that way. But then that would take away the free will aspect of things that I talked about before. So, well, I think we all have free will, but I think it's limited. So,
no, well, in my case, it's different. That's all. Because these other lifetimes, like I said, I have a sole purpose of being here. My sole purpose is, your take on, you don't call it reincarnation, but it's a continuation of the same soul, right? That same original soul, right? And so I took on a very big role back in Babylon that I've continued to try to complete. And so I didn't really want to come here because they're like, no, you need to finish this assignment. You signed up for it. No, they didn't tell me everything. There's like, no, you need to go now. So, and it wasn't just from the other side. It was on this side too, on the physical side of it, because I was induced and I was forced to come at a certain time. And so it was already this it's all free will, but there's a structure of it that is part of the plan for you to come here, right? Wouldn't you say that? You've agreed to some sort of plan, lessons, soul contract. So
Yeah, but where I was at, I was fine where I was at. I didn't need to come here to planet Earth.
well, I had
So,
to come here.
uh,
I did. You would
yeah.
have gone
Oh,
elsewhere.
well, okay. In my situation, I believe kind of what you're talking about. We're talking about the same thing, but maybe in different formats. In my condition, I believe in eternal existence, which I mentioned that term before. And
Well, that's
you
what I was
know,
referring to, Ron. We just call it
yeah,
something else.
exactly. Yeah, yep. And I'm from the future, I'm from the past, we're all from the beginning of time, okay? So we all had several different lifetimes, okay? Oh, good night, Amanda. Thank you for being here. No,
Okay.
yeah. And so, uh, why we ended up here in this human form and on this planet is still a mystery, but there is a reason for uh, learning something, you know, and I think it's possibly a way to learn how to connect spirituality with the physical self. Okay, so in other words, how to communicate with spirit within our physical self, where before we didn't necessarily have a physical body. That makes sense? Where we had our spiritual self, but we had more freedom to go around the universe in different times, even from the future, from the past, from whenever. We had the freedom to move about where we wanted to at whatever time we wanted to. And we used either ships to get to places or we just used our thought to go places, however we wanted to go. If we wanted to be on a ship somewhere in the future, and we wanted to be on a starship like on Star Trek or Star Wars or any of your sci-fi shows, and we wanted to be on that ship and be traveling through space, that's where we were. But here, in this physical self, we're stuck on Earth
Well, see,
for whatever reason.
I think that's a misconception, and we've been brainwashed to think that. And this, according to my story, according to my investigation, and my personal story that's connected to all of humanity, is
Yeah,
that some stuff went down in Babylon where structures were put in place and we were told you can't do this anymore. For whatever reason, you're not going to do this anymore. But the thing is, the people in power continued to use those powers that they could travel, they could, do all this
yeah,
psychic stuff, right? Um, so now people are awakening to those powers again, their own natural abilities and
yeah,
their own natural divine wisdom. And at that time in Babylon, we were disconnected. We became, and through that process, we became disconnected somehow, that we don't we believe that we're disconnected from God. And the thing is, we are not disconnected from God at all. And you don't have to die in this body from this body to go to God. That's a misconception with all of this.
Yeah, we can be connected with him now. Yeah. Yeah.
And on that spiritual level, it's just people are taught like, no, you're disconnected. You're disconnected. Well, that's not true.
Venus says God is in us, inside us. So
Yeah. Yeah. God is in us.
you see what Uki wrote there.
I don't connect with the language used. But it was a physical place.
Yeah, the Bible talks about it as being a physical place. Again, not everyone's going to believe the Bible, or some people just say, "Oh, it's just a nice storybook," But I believe it what it says, and it's a literal historical document of what has happened, and the Babylon was a place, and Sodom and Gomorrah was a place. Those were destroyed. Babylon was eventually destroyed. The Tower of Babel, and then the whole place got destroyed because they were trying to build a tower to heaven, right? So even then they were misled to think that they had to get to heaven to be connected with God, right?
There was a lot more going on in Babylon than what's in history books.
But the Tower of Babel is what I'm talking about, which is the language that everyone spoke the same language. Remember that? Everyone on planet Earth spoke the same language. Okay? And then what happened was, when we were communicating with everyone and everyone had the understanding, then God saw to it that that wasn't going to happen. So that's how we have different languages at this point. Okay? Go back and read the story of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, in the Old Testament. I can't remember what book, we'd have to look that up. But look that up, and you will see that we all spoke the same language. All right?
We at some point before this whole Babylon era, we didn't have to have language, Ron. We had our psychic ability. We didn't have to speak. We didn't have to write. Our communication system was on a psychic level. And so we didn't have to have the languages. What happened was the languages created a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there were different languages developed, right? So what happened from there is that we ended up in history having calling these mythological stories mythological. They're legends, right? Well, they're actually history, but and the same stories are across cultures. Greek, it's in the Bible. It's in Mesopotamia, and other cultures. It's the same story. It's just the names and the story's a little bit tweaked. So it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, interesting. That's good. But yeah, so here we are. We're stuck here for however long we live, 75, 80 years, whatever. And then we're going to cross over and go to wherever we go. I hope I have a much more fun place to go. uh,
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah, well, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot
But it
more
just seems like yeah, we are so darn restricted here in the human form that we're limited to what we can see, we're limited to what we can hear, we're
But
limited to how we can talk to
that's
anyone.
only, that's up here where you think you're only limited because we've been
Yeah,
told we're limited. And we're not. We're not limited. We can go back and have those experiences in that other time and space in this linear reality that we're living in.
Goofy says,
Yeah, we,
consider the concept.
yes, right. Um, I I understand. My story has to do with the cycles of birth to the resurrection. You know, rebirth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so my story is like so complicated to just say. Um, if you're into astrology, I have 5 planets, a stellium of 5 planets in my 8th house. Okay.
Mm.
And that deals with the cycles of life, that deals with crisis, taxes, other people's money, real estate, inheritance. I got 5 planets in that freaking house. I came here to like shake some stuff up too.
Yeah. Now, how would I find out where I'm at with that?
Well, there's astrologers out there.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a few readings done, and you can go to AstroSeek online. That's a good one to get like a basic
Oh, okay.
birth chart done. I
Yeah.
had someone who was intuitive and that had really studied astrology for a long time. It was a long time hobby. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they passed away not too long ago, and
Oh, no.
yeah, they were really good. And so this particular person had asked me what happened to you when you were 8 years old because she saw it in my chart. So
Mm.
that's what took me on this investigation I've done for the last 3 years. And this goes back to Babylon. And there was rituals. I was taken to rituals as a child. I can't remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and these people are basically, I mean, here, I'm going to give it away on your show right tonight, Ron.
All right.
That these people are basically doing rituals, sacrificial rituals, in order
Mm.
to play God.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So they're accessing some serious energy and messing with soul contracts. So this is kind of like it's sacrificial. So they're like they are doing some manipulations that aren't good. And this is like,
Yeah.
It's part of my story. I went down the rabbit
Huh.
hole, and this is what I found.
So
So
now when you just looked at what was the activity here, I heard another noise. Just that's why I looked that way. And who did you see moving the chest?
it looked like an older lady.
Yeah. All right. So the thing is, it sounds like wood floors up there, but it's all carpet except for the little storage attic area,
Well, that's
which is
where
closed off.
I was kind of seeing this in that attic space.
Yeah. Okay, then that's where it's being moved. Then okay, that would make sense where the sound came from. Then that's good. That means that I'm not making it up. That means that you're reading it. You're seeing that too. So uh,
Yeah.
I hear it. And then I was going to mention. I think it was yesterday. I was sitting here in my chair doing my show, and my chair starts shaking. There's no earthquakes here in Minnesota, or at least if there is, there ain't that many that are big enough to worry about. We might get some from other areas that are, what you call aftershocks. But yeah, we don't usually have anything like earthquakes. But my chair was shaking like somebody was shaking it from the back of the chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were just grabbing the back of the chair and just shaking it back and forth. And it's like, why is it like moving around? Nobody here, just me. Like I was losing my mind for a second, wondering what was going on. And yeah, so there is actually physical references to what I'm sensing. Not just spiritual references. So that's just kind of weird. And then, I was going to talk about the clock issue. I have a tablet that sits in front of me here with digital time, you know, and it's hooked up to the power, and it changes time automatically, and it's not supposed to stop. The clock isn't supposed to stop. One day I woke up at 6:13 a.m. for some ungodly reason. I woke up at 6:13 a.m. And every time with the time change, whether it's forward or backwards, whenever we do the time change, it's like my body takes a little while to adjust to that, as I think everyone does, right? And whether they want to admit it or not, some accept it and relax and move on with it, but for some reason my internal clock doesn't work very well with it. And anyway, this one particular morning, this was a couple weeks ago, I was looking at the clock at 6:13 a.m. I'm looking at the clock, and I see it's 6:13, and then I kind of like doze off, go back to sleep, and I wake back up, and it still says 6:13. Well, the second time I saw 6:13, I decide, oh, I'll look at the wall clock. Guess what the wall clock said?
6:13.
No. The wall clock, which is on a battery, said 6:28.
Whoa.
Now, when I looked back at the tablet after I looked at the wall clock, then it said 6:28 after. But the tablet said 6:13 for 15 minutes. Where did I go for 15 minutes? That's exactly what I'm asking. Where did I go for 15 minutes?
Did you black out?
I'm not, but the clock on the tablet would have changed, right? But why would I be stuck at 6:13 and the actual time was 6:28. That's 15 minutes difference. Now, this is what I call another term I love to use and describe things in our time situations. I call time differential. Okay? So you're not missing a whole day. You're not even missing a whole hour. You're missing a few minutes. Some call that time slip, but you don't really do any kind of missing time. You just might realize something's a little off, and you're back in the regular time, so you don't really miss any time.
Well, Ron,
Okay?
I remember when I did your Akashic record reading.
Yeah.
And I saw you like you were interchanging out of your body.
Yeah.
And going to other points of time. Do you think maybe
Yeah.
that may have explained?
I think it could. Yeah. Yeah. Now I know in the nighttime when I'm sleeping, I described some of the places I went to, like that planet with the amethyst crystals. You know, all crystal planet, and it has 2 suns, and they're shining through the amethyst crystal. It looks amazing. And my guide that I was with told me to touch the crystal for energy, which I did. Of course, when I touched the crystal, I woke up. So I was unsure of what I was touching it for, you know what I mean? So, but I got the energy I needed for the moment, at that moment, and maybe some of the understanding. But in these short times when I shift back and forth from reality time, from the real time, and then to the other time and back to real time. I mentioned this before about the car that doesn't go past me on a 2-lane highway. I'm driving on a 2-lane highway, which is all we got here, you know, Highway 4 and Highway 13 that go to Wyndham. And when a car's coming at you, there's only one place for it to go. No place for it to turn off. It can only come towards you and past you. But it doesn't come past you. It's gone. Okay? Now that's again what I call time differential. Okay? The time, the day doesn't change. The hour doesn't change. You're still going in the same direction that you're going, but something doesn't quite occur properly as it should. Like that car just vanishing, not coming past me. I had another case where I had a truck that was behind me, an older pickup truck. I seen it coming up behind me in my rearview mirror, and it should have passed me. There was no way for it to turn off anywhere, but then all of a sudden the truck is gone.
Wow.
And then there was another time as I was coming back from Wyndham, and I turned the corner to go on the Highway 4, and there was some horses that were in the field. You know what a plywood horse looks like, right? In the shape of a horse. White plywood horse, or just a flat object, you know? And you see that it's like a cutout, you know, a piece of plywood cut out in the shape of a horse. All right, so I look in the field and I see this flat plywood looking image or statue of a horse in the field with the other live horses. And I'm thinking, well, that does look weird. So 1 second I look at it and it's a flat, 2-dimensional, I guess you could say, horse. And then I look back a second time and then it's a real white horse. Why would I see the 2-dimensional over the regular, whatever we see, 3-dimensional, I guess? And I see things like that quite a few times, and I just kind of ignore it most of the time. Because I just think I'm going crazy or something. I don't know what's going on. But just seeing something like that is strange. Now that's a time, again, that's another time differential issue. Okay. I'm in two different time zones, if you will, or time realities, if you want to look at it that way. And I'm in this time, and I'm in that other one at the same time. All right? So that way I'm seeing two different points of the view. And then I come back to this real time, and then everything's good. But I have a memory of that other. All right? So now another situation that happened to me, again, where I came up with this idea. I had two other situations in this house that came up. One was where I was watching the wall clock. I'll tell this one first about time. This could be kind of a time shift, but I still call it a time differential because of my terminology of it, and because nothing changed in the real sense. In reality, nothing really changed. And so I don't call it a time shift or a time slip. I call it a time differential. All right, so I'm sitting here looking at the clock. The wall clock is right there, and I'm looking at the time, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm saying, man, I got to take my medication because the sleeping medication I take, I got to sleep 4 hours at least. It's a 10-hour pill, but it only works for 4 hours, and that's just me. Okay, if I get 4 hours sleep, I'm doing good. All right. So anyway, I'm looking at the wall clock and I'm thinking 2 o'clock. I better get my medication. So I go to take my medication. I look at the clock again, and then I see it says 4 o'clock. Why is it saying 4 o'clock? Now it's too late to take the medication. You know, that ain't gonna give me enough sleep. You know what I mean? So then I look at the clock again, and it's back to 2 o'clock. Now this is a wall clock running on a battery. And it's going back and forth 2 hours, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And then I think it went back one more time to 4 o'clock and then went back. It finally did end on 2 o'clock. Okay.
Maybe you need to get a couple more clocks on that wall.
Yeah.
Remember Doc Brown in Back to the Future? Like he had all kinds of clocks all over.
Yeah. The problem with that is I'd hear all of them clicking and it would drive me mad. But in this case here with that though, it did finally settle on 2 o'clock, so I took the medication at the right time. Okay. But why did I see it shift? Okay, now Ufi had some interesting comment there. And talking about different dimensions. And she's talking about the reason why I saw a 2D horse compared to 3D or 4D. And it's a dimensional shift or travel, which that's what I'm talking about. That's a good description there, Ufi. And so that's when I'm awake when that happens, which is weird. Because that should only happen when you're in your sleep state or rest. So that's why when I'm driving, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing, make sure I stay awake, you know what to do. And I just want to be cautious of that at all times. Because at any time, they can zap you away and you're driving the car without even knowing you're driving the car. That's a serious problem. So that's why I like to do the live video to keep everybody, you know. And then Bobby is usually helping me on the co-hosting on the live video so he can monitor the chat. And then he's talking to me as I'm driving, so I got someone to talk with, you know. So that makes it kind of nice. And I'm not looking at the chat when I'm driving. That's what Bobby's doing for me. Yeah, there you go. Ufi mentioned that. There you go. Good point, Ufi. Now, I have, in my lifetime, I have had an experience with sleepwalking, or I don't know if it's actually sleepwalking, but I don't know. I can't remember if I was actually walking. That's the question I had. But somehow I woke up and I found myself somewhere else instead of where I should have been sleeping. It was in the middle of the night. It was on my ship, though, I know that. And I didn't tell anybody about that one, because that would have been reason for discharge automatically. You know, when you have that problem. So I didn't want to tell anybody that one. I just made sure I didn't do it again. But yeah, so during the daytime when you're awake, though, that's kind of weird. But that could be somebody giving me some kind of information that I'm receiving that I'm not really ready to receive it at the moment, you know? Like when you do an update on your computer, it says update Windows, and then it says you got to pick a time to update it, you know? And then sometimes when you go to turn it off for the night, then it'll automatically update anyway. But you can actually schedule a time to do that. I try to do it when I'm not doing a show. Bang. But like when we're awake all the time, though, most of the time, out of a 24-hour day, we're awake probably 16 hours at least, you know? And you're going to have these issues. We're going to have the transition between, well, like what Goofy's talking about, different dimensions. That makes a lot of sense. And of course, we don't understand it because we're awake. And like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be happening when I'm awake. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Goofy. Goofy knows a lot about this topic. That's good. Yeah, so I'm experiencing the other things. Well, and I kind of laughed about that before, and I thought about when I was walking around the house when it was too cold to walk outside, and I just walk around the living room 10,000 steps. That's a lot of walking in a small space. But I did it though. But I was thinking, I got to laughing about that. I said, well, wouldn't that be funny if my other self on the other planet is doing the same thing, and they're wondering why they're doing that. uh, so I thought about that. And I said, maybe I'm doing this because they're doing that over there, and I'm doing this. You know what I mean? So we're all connected to some point, to something else on the other side, or somewhere else on another planet. Maybe if they had a little Earth. They found out how many Earth-like planets they had in the Milky Way. Millions. Oh. Oh yeah, good point, Opie. Now they might not be, but they could be. Okay. It's like when I'm taking my drive to Wyndham to go get groceries. They're in the car taking their drive to their grocery store and getting whatever they need to get. All right. And so when there goes some pounding again. What the hell is that? I don't think we have any lightning and thunder going on. That's something in the house upstairs. I hear it clearly. It's not me imagining it.
Does this sound like a
Yeah.
hammer this time?
It sounded like a hammer, yeah. Like something hitting something, yeah. Well, just one, you know, like you heard that one where a guy was building the thing in the basement, right?
I couldn't.
Or was that?
I heard he was making noise, but I couldn't like decipher the sound
Yeah.
like I'm doing now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I don't remember. he was tinkering. It was a lot of noise, and it was
Yeah,
just tinkering.
yeah, yeah. And it wasn't me making up stuff. It was on the recording. But so yeah, so it was actual sound that was happening, and that's what I'm hearing in the human side of things. And so that's kind of weird that I'm hearing it, a lot of it tonight. That's weird. Well, I don't think we have any thunderstorms tonight. We do have snowstorm. We do have rain. And I think it is going to be windy as well, but that sounds kind of a little bit different than wind. But if you're sensing something's doing something, then that means I'm hearing what they're doing. And it's not the weather. And it's not outside, it's actually inside, and it's upstairs. At least what I think, anyway.
They're doing something else now, and it's making a different noise.
Okay, now I don't hear that part. Of course, I got the headphones in, so I might be restricted on what I can hear.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as long as they don't harm me, I'm fine with them being here. It keeps me entertained trying to figure out who they are.
So they're making. Why did you close off the attic?
Oh no, it was closed off when I got here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a space that they had a piece of wood that was covering off that area. I looked in there, I didn't see nothing weird in there. So I didn't sense anything weird. But
There's. Do you have access to it now?
yeah, but I don't want to go in there.
Why?
No need to. I'm not going to disturb anybody.
That's the
It's
best
bad
place
enough
to
we're
go
done.
take your spirit box, Ron. And
Oh boy.
and your
Dowsing
dowsing
rod?
rod.
Yeah.
And because I think there's something in the wall up there. It's not like a human being or anything. There's something in the wall. Or like, is it not finished? Is it?
That up there is just open with rafters with wood floor, and it's just nothing, not livable. It's not livable. It's just a space like it. It's like where they had the like when I got the breezeway from the where to walk through between the house and the garage. Okay, and that was an add-on thing they did for the man that lived here because he actually fell and hurt himself on the ice between the house and the garage. And so the woman who I got the house from, who she's passed away now. She died a little bit ago, but she had told me that they had built this breezeway or walk through to the garage to cover from the weather, you know, so that he can walk safely from the house to the garage. And so what you're seeing up there on the second level is when you that the space above that is above the walk through or breezeway. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's an unfinished, unlivable space.
So it's exposed studs. You can see the studs.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
you can see the rafters on the roof. You can see the wood floor or the wood ceiling or the wood. And I guess that would be a floor on that level there. It'd be the floor, but there's no carpet, nothing there. And it's just all bare wood, all open. And so I don't know who's there, what's there, and I don't need to know that necessarily. I do remember seeing an old man up there with a full beard and gray, and he was old, like a old miner type of guy, you know.
I see it like
And
he's bald. Like he doesn't the top he's bald on top, but he has hair here and
yeah,
a beard and mustache.
yeah, full beard and mustache and gray hair and like dark gray hair, not bright white like mine was. But he has normally he's wearing a hat
Hmm. Is it,
to cover his bald head.
I'm seeing him like I guess this should be a more dressy state for him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, he's
And
cleaned up.
but what was weird, I'll tell you the story about him is my friend Mike was here visiting, and I don't know if you said hi to Mike before on video or not, but anyway, he was here, and we were out at the fire pit burning some wood and having a good time at the fire pit,
Oh yeah.
laughing and everything like that.
Look
And I looked up, I looked up at the upstairs window, and I saw a face looking out at the fire, right? And I said, "Who's up there?" And Mike turned and looked and saw him also. So I know it's not just me imagining it, because Mike saw him also.
wow.
All
It was the
right, and
same
he described to me exactly who he saw. I didn't tell him who I saw. He told me who he saw. I said, "Who's up there? We're the only ones here. Who's up there?" And he said, "An old guy with a beard," and looking out the upstairs window at us. And he didn't look like he was upset. He was just wondering who was making all the racket in the backyard, you know. And then the neighbor's dog, Avatar, he's a Labrador and Pit Bull mix, right? Big dog, about 65, 70 pounds, and very, very friendly though. He's not harmful or nothing like that, but he'll come and jump on you and knock you over, you know, and just say hello. And so anyway, I was inside at at the table at my when I had the computer over there looking out the window, and I seen Avatar in the yard. And I didn't say nothing, I didn't make any noise, but Avatar looked up at the upstairs window, like he was looking at someone there.
huh.
Now, you know yourself that animals have a connection better than we do, right?
Mhm.
And so he was looking at the upstairs window because he saw someone there. And yet I was in the main floor, right? So I was the only one here. Why was Avatar looking up at the window?
Mhm.
No reason for him to, except that he saw something. Okay, so that was a third individual, and I called a dog an individual because they're aware of things that we don't understand what they know, but they do know. And I can tell you about another time differential as you. First week I was here, I went to the bank. I told this story before, but I like this story. So I'll tell it again. And I went to the bank to get some money for the casino. We have one, Jackpot Junction, which is only an hour and a half away. And so I told Mike, okay, I'll go in and get the $100 for the casino, and so that we can have some fun. And when it runs out, it runs out, and we come back home. Well, it didn't run out, but anyway, what happened was I go in there and get the money, talk to the teller for a little while, and I walk back out to get into the car, and Mike says, "You got your gambling money?" And I said, "Yeah, I got it." And I checked my pocket, and yeah, I had it in my pocket. But the odd thing is this: I don't remember what happened as I was in the bank talking. I don't remember what we talked about. I don't remember what took so long. I don't remember getting money. But I had it in my pocket though. But I just thought that was kind of weird. Okay. And then Mike knows that I went into the bank and I came out, but it seemed like it took either longer or it wasn't long enough to him. You know what I mean? So, for instance, he thought that I didn't get my money yet. And that tells me that I didn't take long enough in the bank, or something happened with the time for him as well. All right, so there's a twofold experience of time differential. Now, another thing about this trip to the casino, we go to the casino, or it was to Walmart one time. That might have been to the Walmart trip. No, that was to the casino, I think. Yeah, we went to the casino and there was a, or was that to the Walmart one? Anyway, we were going to the someplace. I think it might have been Walmart, but let's say this. Well, I was going to Walmart. Walmart's a 2-hour drive from the house. Okay, so I was driving and I knew I needed gas, and we saw a gas station on the left side of the road. And oh, we can get it when we come back home. We get enough to get there and get back to the gas station, which I thought I did, and I did. I did have enough to get back home, actually. But anyway, the interesting thing about this whole thing is that on the way back home, as I wanted to get gas, the gas station is not there. It's gone. But it was there when we went to I think it was Walmart we were going to. But anyway, it was there when we were going to Walmart, and it should have been there when we were coming back. We came back the same way. All right, so where did the gas station go? Correct. Again, time differential. So I had enough gas to get home, so I was fine. And then I got gas the next day at the little gas station. I used a card to get gas at the pump right here in town. But the point of the matter is that one was not where it was supposed to be when we came back. How does that work? A whole building is gone.
That's crazy.
So why did I see it, and then why did it disappear?
Well,
but
there is that phenomena that happens. Things completely disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah. And then I seen some of that with that building. So, yeah, that is kind of weird. And a lot of times when I talk about this kind of stuff, that's when I hear activity in the house here. So, it's interesting because they're hearing me as we're talking, I don't know if they can hear you, but they can hear me for sure. So, and that's like when I talk about, I know that ships are in the sky that we don't see. You know what I mean? So you have, for instance, they have a cloaking ability where they can only show themselves when they want to be seen. All right? So we only seen the ones like the one in New Mexico, Roswell. We only saw that because they wanted to be seen, or they had a mechanical misfunction that didn't work out. So in my case, so when I go to Wyndham, I sense ships in the air above me. I don't see them. I haven't officially seen a UFO that I can remember that I can fully describe as seeing it clearly. Although I can tell you about a time, one of the times I was coming back from New York, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning during a lightning storm, and I saw what looked like a floating city coming inside the clouds, and I was like, oh shit, what's that? And it looked like a city skyline floating in the sky. And it was all black though, because of the lightning, silhouette caused a silhouette. But when I drive to Wyndham though, I sense the energy of the spacecraft. Okay? That make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
And There was one time that Bobby was with me on the video. I said, Bobby, right now I can sense 6 UFOs above me, or right around, above me, in front of me, behind me, and on the sides of me. So there was 6, like 2 at a time, 2 in front, 2 on the side, and 2 in back, like they were escorting me to where I had to go. Now, what's interesting is when you have these time differentials, or when you have these dimension differentials, or dimension shifts, if you will, that could be them sending information. And my brain is getting some of that information, but it's like having trouble receiving what the message is. So therefore, I'm realizing it by seeing something odd happening. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like when you might see something, even if it's a ghost shadow or a shadow man or something like that, or what was that? You see it, but then you don't see it. I told you about the shadow man in the house I told to leave, and he hasn't been back. But I looked 1 second, he was there, clear as day. I could see him, complete outline with the hat and everything, and couldn't see his eyes though. That was the weird thing. Seen his face though, but I couldn't see his eyes. And the interesting thing was, I looked again, and he was gone. Just like that. When I told him to leave, he was gone. But the point is, I still felt the energy that was there. Now, it wasn't necessarily negative, but it was a presence that I felt. Not everything is negative, okay? Um, Everyone says they're demons or evil. No, that's not always the case. And that's one thing we need to understand, is that we're just we're misinterpreting what we're feeling, okay? Because we don't understand it, so obviously it might startle us, or it could even make us afraid at some point. But when you realize that maybe they're just trying to do research as well, trying to figure out why they're where they are, some may not even understand why they're here, uh, even as we might try and be asking questions, why are we here, sometimes. Oh boy. Oh, let me see. What is Ufi talking about here? Self-denial.
Hey Ron, I'm gonna get going. I'm like,
Oh, okay. Well, at least you'll be able to sleep good. One thing you can count on when you listen to me, you can really go to sleep after. All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been fun having you visit. And look up those cards I gave you and
Thank you,
tell me if
Ufi
they.
from
Yeah,
CT.
yeah. Ufi's been keeping us awake in chat. So, all right. Well, thank you again.
I got up early.
And if you can think of something to discuss on Good Friday, and you have the energy to join, you can be, you're more than welcome, of course. And, if you have some notes to talk about Good Friday or whatever the sequence of events, maybe some, spiritual things about the whole thing, whatever. We can talk about that. That's something we can maybe think on, what we can try to work on.
Well, hit me up next Friday. I don't know. I have work here to do, so.
Okay, yeah. Well,
if I get
in the flow of my
work, I gotta go with the flow of my work. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's why I said, when I sent you the link here tonight, I said, well, join if you can. It would have been a lot better if I didn't have the audio issue. Oh well.
Good night.
That's That's the way that. Good night. Thank you. You have a good night. All right. So, yes, he's ready to head to sleep. I think I'm getting there too. It's 11:40 here. Oopie, where is it on your rock? All right. Yeah, Bobby, you just missed her. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she'll see it though later. Well, thank you, Oopie, for keeping the chat alive. And yeah, and I like your statement there. Symbols, glyphs used in any language may change from one dimension to another. So when seeing other selves, thoughts, they may not be readable, right? Half past really dark, which means you're like in the almost morning time. Almost time for the sun to come up. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night myself. We're almost at 3 hours. Holy cow, we've been long tonight. Wow. All right, we'll see everybody on the next one. All right, so everybody have a great night. And as I always say, if you have nice weather, get out there and enjoy it. And of course, if it's nighttime, you might want to wait till the sun is up when it's a nicer day. All right, so thank you for Oopie keeping the chat alive. Thank you for being here, and Genghis, and Johnny was here, Amanda was here, Bobby was here. I think I got everybody. We had a pretty good crowd tonight. I had a Facebook user, whoever that was. But anyway, we'll see everybody on the next one. Okay, have a good night.